Hi everybody, welcome to the Global Snapshot for the month of January of 2022, our first global snapshot for this year. First of all, I want to wish all of you Happy New Year, and I wish you all the best in this year, in Jesus' name. And I pray for all of you, and I pray for your success and your health, and that you will always stay safe and sound. Today, the Global Snapshot will focus on different issues and where is this organization, our home organization, will be going in the next direction. Are you all aware that by the grace of God and by the help of many of your prayers and by all our members, all our volunteers, all our staffers, that stood strong and firm fighting for Joseph al-Attar. And to refresh your memory, Joseph al-Attar is an Egyptian converted from Islam to Christianity. And he was captured in Egypt. He was put in a prison for 15 years and false accusation of spying to Israel. He was tortured very severely. And he was, for 15 years, been in the worst prison in Egypt. When we took his case, it was 5 years ago, and we fought very hard for his case, and we fought very hard for him. Today, Joseph is back to Canada. By the grace of God, by all your help and your support, your writing, your email, writing letter to the Prime Minister, I'm extremely proud of every and each one of you. And it's just another proof that giving up is not an option. Giving up will be an option that One Free World International will entertain. And as long as I'm alive, and as long as I'm the head of this organization, we'll never give up on anybody that needs us in the time of need. It's simply not in our dictionary. Many of you familiar and remember my story that I was in prison myself, and I was tortured myself. I'm not just a man wearing a suit sitting behind his desk. I know what they are facing. I know what they felt. I feel their pain, and for that, their pain is my pain, and my pain is theirs. As we're talking about Joseph right now, the next steps after arriving here is to sustain his life, to build him from inside out, to build his soul, his spirit, but also his basic need, to be able to heal from the wounds, but also he need to have a housing. He have to have grocery, electricity, water, clothing, especially in the winter. All the above will be provided by One Free World International. Your support in this time of need will be extremely important for Joseph to start his new chapter in his life. As we are caring about individual cases like Joseph, we also care about mass cases or a huge file like Afghanistan. And you all know about Afghanistan and what's happening in Afghanistan, and we've been updating you. Right now I can tell you that One Free World International is starting a huge operation to feed the hunger and to feed the people that need help, the refugee camps and the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan. There is estimated more than 25,000 refugees, and the hope that we'll not only be able to help these refugees, but we will be able to help even the people inside Afghanistan themselves. With that, we'll continue helping Christians, minorities, women, children, in order to get out of Afghanistan, to be in a safe haven and to be in the safe areas. We will not give up. We've been here before, during the time that we was helping the Yazidis in Iraq, and the Christians in Iraq, and the minorities in Syria and Iraq. We never give up, and it took us more than $3 million, and it took us more than 8 years to do what we did, and in order to help more than 600 plus survivors. I can tell you by fact today, One Free World International was able to help more than 130 families to get out of Afghanistan. Once again, this was the blessing of your prayers and the blessing of your support. Now listen to me carefully. I know we all get tired, and especially financially, and especially in COVID-19, where the financial obligation become even heavier, and the burden is heavier on our shoulder. But I can tell you that by fact, it's never a waste. It's never a waste. Many people will ask us about our Canadian soldiers that fought 20 years in Afghanistan, and they will consider this a waste. No. These soldiers died for a noble cause. These soldiers stood firm for the truth, for the democracy. The fact that the Afghani government at the time did not appreciate that, this is not their fault. It was, when I went to Afghanistan, it was only 700 believers when I went there. Now there is more than 120,000 believers. And that's because one of the soldiers took the Bible with him and introduced this nation to the message of peace, to the message of the gospel. So make no mistake, there is no waste. And I know the meaning of donor fatigue when you are tired from giving. I just want you to close your eyes for a second and imagine if this is your mother or your daughter or your husband or your wife or your son or your grandchildren or your grandparents. You will never give up on them. And that's how we see our refugees. They are part of us and we are part of them. We'll never give up on them. Now, it's extremely important that we remember that as we are taking on mass projects like that, we still need to care about individual cases, like Muhammad al-Attar, or Joseph al-Attar now, or the Ogunkoya family, Morafat, and her family from Nigeria. It's extremely important that we continue the case, the legal case, and in order to win. We won the first steps. We need to continue until we finish the case fully and completely. And we cannot do that without you. We cannot do none of the above, none of the missions without you. Let me just tell you something. There is somebody one day asked me a question, what's the difference between our organization and any another human rights organization? And my answer was my team and my members. That's what makes us unique. We're not just another human rights organization, we're family. And we're fighting for righteousness, and we're fighting for people. And we never give up, even if it cost me my life. I thank you for joining us. My apology if the message today a little bit longer than usual, but I missed you and I missed talking to you, and I wish you all the best in this year. God bless.